What's up, everybody, and welcome to my TNA Impact Wrestling review. Big show tonight, still in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Palms Casino. A lot of big things going on in the show with the return of Kazuchika Okada tonight. Hasn't been seen in TNA in over 10 years now, so this is a really big deal seeing him back on the show tonight. So let's get right into it. We kicked it off with Chris Bay versus Kevin Knight, one-on-one. Obviously, a hot way to kick off the show. I definitely did enjoy this match. I think Kevin Knight is great. Obviously, Chris Bay, part of Bullet Club, Silver Tag Team Champions, ABC, with Ace Austin out there. But definitely a good match out there. I definitely enjoyed. Obviously, Chris Bay got the win with the Art of Finesse. But right after that, the Grizzly Young Veterans came in and attacked Chris Bay. Then they ended up attacking Ace Austin after that. Basically taking out Ace Austin. Chris Bay tried to get back for the save, but he ended up getting taken out also with the ticket to Mayhem as the Grizzly Young Vets end up holding up the titles then. Obviously, the Grizzly Young Vets are going to be going for these tag team titles. Come on, they just got brought into the company, so we know they lost the Bound for Glory, but that was a fatal four-way, and they did not take the pin. So I definitely see some good things happening coming up, and I'm going to get into that in a second because I definitely like what I see what's about to happen. They did play Ash by Elegance, another commercial. I guess almost like it was perfume and everything, and she was in a bikini and all that. So I'm still gonna see what's gonna happen with this. I'm not sure. Frankie Kazarian was in the back, basically talking about what he did last week and why he betrayed Eric Young. And he says you're gonna have to find out next week. Rich Swann came in saying like, why did you do that to Eric Young? And Kazarian basically said, based off how low your career's been recently, you should have done the same thing. As Kazarian basically walked off on him, top dollar. I guess we're saying AJ Francis now. Basically telling Rich Swann like, I saw what happened when you on Explosion, and you went against Joe Hendry. You got the same issues right now. We met on a plane 5 years ago, and in the back, and now you still in the back of that plane, still. So how about you get a seat of first class where I'm at right now? As Rich Swann walked off. So honestly, I hope something really happens for Rich Swann right here, because it's actually true. Rich Swann has not been the same person and has really fallen off ever since he lost to Kenny Omega a few years ago, when he was the world champion of this company. Okay, so Rich Swann never really recovered, and honestly, I kind of forget he's there sometime. Like, I know he's there, but he just doesn't feel like a factor anymore. Because I'm like, okay, he was the world champion, but the way that whole thing went with Omega and just the whole partnership with Impact and AEW was just really bad. I'm not going to go into all of that right now because, come on, we saw what happened and how they basically made Impact look like chumps. And I know it's TNA now, but at the time it was Impact. And they made him look really bad, and Rich Swann never even got a rematch for the world title and whatnot. It's like he lost to Kenny Omega, went back to the bottom, and never got up from the bottom. So I hope something is going to happen here. Or he turns heel or joins up with Top Dollar or something, because Kazarian and Francis there, they were speaking facts about Rich Swann. So I agree. So at least he's got some type of storyline going on with this. So I want to see what happens. Dirty Dango and Oleg Prudis, Vladimir Kozlov, Williams Dante King, and Damian Drake. Basically, Dango sat by the sidelines and didn't even really get involved in all this, as Oleg did all the work, as Dango just got in and just hit the pin in. So basically a quick win right there, just effective squash and whatnot. So basically still helping Dango's gimmick it and everything of not doing anything and talking about he really hates pro wrestling and whatnot. So there you go. Nothing to say for much. The Grizzly Young Vets were in the back cutting the promo, saying that they're coming for those tag team titles. We weren't pinning hard to kill, and we conquered all over Europe, and we're not gonna stop. And basically, Santino Morella came in, saying your statement is garbage. But GYV said that was a fatal four-way. That is an insult. Bullet Club tried to come in and attack, but Santino held everybody back and says, you know what? Next week it's going to be a best-of-3 series, and whoever wins will win the tag team titles. Definitely looking forward to that next week. That's going to be some great matches there. Right after that, the Motor City Machine Guns and Okada were in the back, basically talking about how they're going to be going against the system tonight, and that Okada basically want to say that TNA will feel the Rainmaker. Trinity Fatu went against Jordan Grace in a rematch for the TNA Knockouts Championship. It was a good match. Honestly, come on, we all know Trinity is on her way out the door. We've already heard the rumors. We know she dropped the title at the pay-per-view and whatnot. And given that she lost the rematch right here, basically Jordan Grayson getting like her because what Trinity did a submission hold Starstruck, and Grayson I'm kind of just like rolling over her and getting the pin. So come on, we know her. We know she's on her way out the door. Come on, we all know this. Expect her to be in the Royal Rumble by this weekend. So it's like I said before. I enjoyed Trinity's time within TNA Impact. I was glad to be there during her debut when it was in Chicago and whatnot. So it was really fun to watch. I really did enjoy her time here, and she did some really good stuff. Okay, so obviously we know it's her way out the door. But right after that, the Shaw Entourage came in and attacked. I didn't even think this was still a group. As Giselle Shaw used the Ultimate X, the Giant X, to basically take out Trinity and Grace after that. So obviously Shaw's still going after Grace for the title. So we'll see where that goes. Josh Alexander was in the back kind of promo, talked about how TNA is back. Hard to Kill is a good, it was a good day and everything. And he stepped in a TNA ring again. He beat Will Ospreay, and he's a world beater now. But as he was cutting his promo, Alan Angels came in and said, yeah, that match was great you had last week. It was awesome. But I got a new talk show, and it's called The Sound Check, and I want you to be on it next week. Josh said he didn't really want to do it. He's busy, but Alan Angel said, listen, man, you came from the bottom and just to get where you are. And, hey, I just want some help, too, to kind of, get up there. So can you do that for me? I need you to be my first guest on my show. Josh agreed for next week, so we'll see what happens. Nick Nemeth, the wanted man. It's a little rough not saying Dolph Ziggler anymore. But he went against Zachary Wentz. Good match. Definitely enjoyed it. I guess they're calling the zigzag the danger zone now, so I think that's what it's called. I know we haven't seen Dolph Ziggler in the ring for a while. Not Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth. It's gonna be hard to get used to Nick Nemeth, but we haven't seen him in the ring in a while. But like I said, the guy hasn't missed a beat. So like I said, Nemeth, he hit the danger zone for the win. So a good match from there. Trey tried to get involved and attack from behind, but he got hit with the danger zone. Steve Macklin came out and attacked and tried to go for his KIA DDT, but Nemeth got out of it. Also hit the danger zone as he stood tall in the end. So a good match. With I should say Nemeth making his in-ring TNA debut. So good stuff from there. Definitely enjoyed it. Looking forward to see where it's gonna go with him and Macklin within this feud also. But a good match to get him started up. Crazy Steve was kind of promo as he's now the new digital media champion. A lot of weird stuff going on. Talked about Tommy Dreamer, say he doesn't have to take anybody's advice. Rhino said you don't want to take any advice, huh? I'll teach you something as he pushed him on the ground, saying he wants a match with him next week. As Crazy Steve just started laughing like a maniac then. One thing I noticed about the promos and kind of in the back, I'll get to this next one with Decay I actually like, given like the set piece they had in the background. I kind of like what they were going. It's like a lot of black and white room and stuff. As Rosemary basically talk about how TNA is reborn. Rosemary and Havoc are resurrected. Decay is back. And, they're going to have to rewrite some things around here. How, Masha ended up beating Havoc in a minute. And they need to change that. So they're going to be taking over as Decay. But I did like the promo they cut though. I kind of like the background scenery to it too. So that is a good difference to see. I'm glad to see they actually making some changes around here in TNA. So nice seeing. Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich went against Danny Luna and Jody. Excuse me, Jody Threat. Killer Kelly and Slamovich won. I know Jody took the pinfall. Right after they ended up taking out both Threat and hitting like a package pile driver onto Luna after that. So obviously they want their tag team titles back, so they tried to make them look powerful out there. Not bad. Right after that, we did have the Kazuchika Okada and the Motor City Machine Guns versus the System, new TNA World Champion Moose, Eddie Edwards, and Brian Myers. One thing that they said on commentary, talked about how, let's remember, it's kind of surreal seeing Okada back in the TNA ring again, okay? It's cool and it's surreal, too, because we all know what happened many years ago, and that's what really ended the whole, TNA New Japan Pro Wrestling partnership was when Okado He was like the Green Hornet with Samoa Joe, and New Japan was really pissed off about that the partnership, and you can blame Vince Russo for all of that. But it is crazy how this guy was Okado, and now, years later, one of the biggest stars in wrestling, the Rainmaker, and whatnot, and the crowd obviously were gonna go ham for Okada and go nuts. So it was cool to see. It definitely was definitely cool to see him. I know we don't know where Okada's gonna be going soon, anyways. I would like him to become the TNA, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Like I said, we know he's gonna be done with New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's literally on his way out the door right now. So Okada could be going anywhere for all we know, whether it be the WWE, whether it be AEW, whether it be TNA. We don't know where he's gonna go, but it is just cool seeing him in a TNA ring. Though I definitely enjoyed the 6-man tag match with Okada, the Guns, and the System. I still don't know if they're gonna get the System thing over and whatnot. Even the fans trying to fuck the System. They chanted for that. They had some beeps, but especially they took the L right now. I know it was like Myers that took the pin because Okada ended up hitting the Rainmaker on him, and then Alex Shelley hit the Shell Shock for the win. So they're gonna have to really start trying to get this new group over because like it just happened and they're already losing to the Guns and Okada. Okay, it's Okada obviously, but it's not like Moose took the pinfall here. But still though, they really got to start trying to get this System thing over. But like I said, the Guns and Okada getting the win was really cool, but there was one more thing that happened after the show, though. There was another vignette, and obviously it was Mustafa Ali. Talked about he was ignited by an X Factor, and he saw Mustafa Ali approve of this message. Obviously, he's doing his campaign. Mustafa Ali is basically going all over the place with his campaign, politic, I guess, gimmick going on. He is popping up everywhere, I guess, whether it be MLW, whether it be New Japan Pro Wrestling, whether it be TNA, or anywhere in the Indies, I guess MLW. I don't know where he'll show up next. But Mustafa Ali is really all over the place right now. So, hey, Mustafa Ali is going to be coming to TNA pretty soon. We'll see what happens. Some would say even Riddle maybe also. I don't know, but I will say he's all over the place. Definitely enjoyed this episode of TNA and whatnot. That was actually better than Dynamite with what they had this week. Just some straightforward wrestling show. A lot of stuff that's making sense. So, at least TNA really is trying to make a change. I know we said a lot during the pay-per-view at Hard to Kill, and we want to see difference. We don't want to see back to it, like all the old ways that really put them in a bad spot. But I like to see what's going on, and it looks like they are really trying. I do wonder what it's going to be next week because they're going to be out of Las Vegas. They're not going to be in the same building. I do wonder how crowd attendance is going to be coming weeks after that, if they booked even bigger buildings, because they had a big crowd, for Hard to Kill in these past tapings and whatnot. But now we got to see what happens once they leave Vegas, okay? And where else they will go after that, or where they go to another big building. I don't know, but overall the show was pretty good though. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next week's show, for TNA. All right. But other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, HoodieKnight890. I'm out of here. Obviously, it's a lot of news going on around in wrestling. I know the Royal Rumble is this weekend. I know it's a lot of stuff going on with WWE, whether it be the Netflix thing or the Rock Party TKO or, the Vince, Brock Lesnar allegations and whatnot, which would take a whole different video for me to go over it, or if other people wanted to be involved in all of this right now to talk about, because it's a lot to talk about, whether you agree with it or not. Like I said, I could go on a lot to say about this. I don't really have sympathy for any of these people really in that whole lawsuit allegation and whatnot. So I don't think anybody didn't really feel bad for nobody. Not gonna defend Vince. Gonna defend the alleged person and whatnot too. So a lot of people make these decisions on their own, but it's a lot to unpack with all of that. That would take time to talk about and stuff. But it is really bad though. Once again, it's allegations. It's a civil suit, not a criminal lawsuit and whatnot. So we'll see when other evidence does come out about it. But I'm out of here. I'll see y'all then. Peace out.